Rochester Heritage Preservation Commission voted last week to give landmark status to the Days Inn building on West Center Street. Now the City Council will determine whether or not to go forward with that action.
It's a tough call. The city has lost so many of its indisputably important and beautiful buildings that we're now left with mostly second and third tier properties for protection, and the inclination is to protect whatever we can.
The building, formerly the Hotel Carlton, was one of just 20 properties on a list of potential city landmarks compiled in 2014. Few people would put the hotel in the must-keep category with one-of-a-kind landmarks such as Calvary Episcopal Church. Our board thinks that most passerby would say it's an interesting old building, but not worth an epic battle. The Commission voted 6-4 on Tuesday in favor of landmark status, based on the city's revised preservation ordinance, which lays out 8 criteria.
Character, interest, or value as part of the development, heritage, or cultural characteristics of the city, state, or United States. Location, as a place or significant historic event. Location within and contribution as an element of a landmark district. Identification with a person who significantly contributed to the culture and development of the city. Embodiment of distinguishing characteristics of an architectural style, period, form, or treatment. Identification as the work of an architect or master builder whose individual efforts have influenced the development of the city or have contributed to the development of a nationally or internationally recognized style or movement. Embodiment of elements of architectural design, detail, material, or craftsmanship that represent a significant architectural innovation. Location, scale, or other physical characteristics representing an established and familiar visual feature or a neighborhood, a district, the community, or the city.
Commission member Jamie Malberg said prior to the vote last week that she thinks the building meets at least the first and last of those criteria. The members who voted against it said the building meets some, not all of the criteria, and certainly doesn't rise to the official standard of being essential to the historic fabric of the city. Over half of our editorial board agreed. It's part of the downtown fabric, but it's hard to argue that it's exceptional. There are important preservation issues ahead, and we need a strong, respected HPC to lead those battles. This one is unlikely to end well, with a lawsuit threatened if the council goes along with the commission recommendation. Among the legal angles is what constitutes a conflict of interest for commission members. One of the members owns Panakuchen Restaurant at Days Inn. He obviously has a lot at stake in what happens. He didn't recuse himself and voted for landmark status. That's the kind of process issue the commission needs to resolve if it's going to build credibility and win public support. Whether the city council affirms or denies the commission recommendation, they should make clear to the property owner and developer that they prefer the building be included in any plans for redevelopment. There are examples in other cities of how something like that could work. It would make for a more relevant, attractive project, and it would demonstrate good faith in the values that our city is trying to preserve as Destination Medical Center rolls along.